Hello, Niraptors. I am Zumji Daniel, and we call people who are listening to us who hear this as Niraptors because we are all Nigerians. Um, so today we want to talk about aspirant. We're talking about election is on, 2023 is by the corner, and we want to look at our aspirant because the truth is a lot of people don't know about our aspirants. PDP, APC, other parties. So we want to do this podcast to tell you guys about our aspirants. You get to know them, you get to know what they have done. And so, how do we source for this information? So that nobody go come hold our neck. Data we just collect, and understand that. So we try to have a holistic view of all these aspirants from different sources. We are not saying that all these sources have there might be no errors, but we just gathered information from YouTube, went through different internet sources to get different data in order to correlate to talk about our aspirant because we really need to know about them. Who are you voting for, and who do you want? Do you know about the person? So all this is to talk about our aspirants. You understand? So, my guy, just go cast your vote like that. So you need to know who you are really, really voting for because there's really been a major issue. We vote for people at the end, then we find out that they are not really who they are. But this podcast about aspirant that we're going to look at is not to spite anybody, is not to bring down anybody, it's just tell you about the aspirants, who they are, what they have done, their track record, and what we should be expecting from them because of their track record. So, Directors, we want to start with one person, and guess who? Okay. We're going to start with Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike. Say some of these names, self. We try learn how to. But you guys know Wike now. Wike is, I used to tell some of my guys, Wike is my guy. Wike is somebody who has been so, who has had a track record. So let's look at Wike. We're going to look at his life history. Talking about his birth, education, educational attainment, the school he attended, and other things that has to do with Wike. So, Ezeo, say these names. Ezeo Nyesom Wike is a native of Obio Akpo. He was born to Reverend and Mrs. Nimanya Wike on 13th December 1963. He's currently 58 years old. He's a Nigerian lawyer and a politician from Rumi Pikiri Kum. Hey, Nigerians getting some of this pronunciation. He is married to Eberechi Wike, and together they have 3 children. So Wike is happily married. Having been brought up in Rivers State, he attended government secondary school Neka in Obiapo, Rivers State, where he sat for his O-level exam. After graduating, he proceeded to the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, where he obtained a degree in law. The governor then joined Nigerian Law School and completed his studies in 1997. He is also a master's degree holder in political and administrative studies from the same university. Mrs. Eberechi Wike was born on May, that's talking about his wife now. She was born on May 24th, 1972 in Odiaku in the Ahoda West local government area of Rivers State. She's from the same state with him. To Dr. Ikechukwu Amadi Obozo and his wife, Ikechukwu Amadi Obozo. The Rivers State University of Science and Technology in Port Harcourt, where she studied law before going on to Nigerian Law School, was her first stop after graduation. On February 25th, 1998, she was admitted to the bar. The university, let's continue. We're looking at his wife. The Rivers State University of Science and Technology in Port Harcourt, where she studied law before going on to Nigerian Law School, was her first stop after graduation. On February 25th, 1998, she was admitted to the bar. The University of Sussex, sorry, in the United Kingdom has also awarded Eberichi Suzette Ubuzo as a master's degree in law to her. So it means say Wike na lawyer, his wife too na lawyer. Two lawyers marry each other. The story of how Nyesom Wike and his wife Eberichi met is fascinating. The couple met while both were students at the River State University of Science and Technology, where they were both studying law at that time. When Eberichi inquired about Wike's note, a conversation between them began, and their love story began from that point forward. After 21 years of marriage, as of 2020, the couple is known for their public display of affection, which has become a trademark for this couple because he has kissed his wife in public on numerous occasions. The governor has earned the title of romantic husband. Wow. So let's go down and see his profession or the things and his political career. We're still looking at Winsome Wike. His profession. In the course of his professional life, the years following his graduation, Uzugun Ezebunuwo Nyesom Wike worked in a private legal practice for a short period of time before entering politics. For two terms from 1999 and 2007, he served as the executive chairman of the Obio Akpo local government area. He made a name for himself as one of the most effective chairpersons in the history of the organization. While in office, Ezebunu Ezebunwo served as deputy president of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, or Alagon, from 2004 to 2005, and was later chosen as the organization president in 2007. Aside from that, he served as an African delegate to the Commonwealth Local Government Forum. Wow, that's Wike has gone far. In 2007, Wike was appointed the chief of staff to the governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Chibuike Amechi. He was later appointed the honorable minister for education by President Goodluck Jonathan. Yes. In 2013, Jonathan reshuffled his cabinet and dropped 9 ministers. Now remember that time now, where Jonathan dropped 9 ministers. I seen drop him. Now Wike they come put again, including the then Minister for Education, Mrs. Rukayatu. Wike was appointed the Minister of Education. In 2014, Wike picked up nomination form to run for Rivers State Governor under the platform of People's Democratic Party (PDP). He emerged victorious at the PDP primaries and picked former secretary to the state government Ipalibo Banigo as his running mate. Wike resigned as Minister of Education to concentrate on his campaign. In 2015, Wike defeated Dakuku Peterside. When I remember that event, Dakuku Peterside of All Progressive Congress (APC), that's, and Tony Princewill of the Labour Party in the general election to emerge the governor of Rivers State. In May 2015, Dakuku Peterside filed a suit seeking to nullify the election of Wike as Rivers State governor. In October 2015, the election tribunal nullified the election of Wike as governor of Rivers State. The tribunal ordered a rerun within 90 days. When I remember that time now, where Rivers State began issue concerning Wike election, but that was a struggle for him. On 27 January 2016, the Supreme Court upheld the election of Wike as the governor of Rivers State. In 2018, Wike picked a nomination form to run for a second term in office. In April 2019, Wike won his re-election bid for a second term in office. Wow. So Wike has been through a lot. And so let's see some of his achievements. That we are finished talking about his political achievements. Let's see some of his achievements going down the line. Looking at his educational reforms and projects. Nyesom Wike declared public primary school and secondary school education free almost immediately he assumed the governorship position. This was accompanied by complaints from the school authorities and appreciation from parents and former teaching staff. Wow, that's a great achievement. In 2019, Wike, through the State Ministry of Education, announced free JAM registration for the locals of the state. During his second term as governor, he picked up the construction of the three major flyovers simultaneously in Port Harcourt. Wow, who does that? Most governors will just pick one, but this guy, he try, he go three flyovers like this. These road infrastructures are located in Garrison, Rumukororo, and Artillery. Just recently, in a statement, a federal lawmaker said Wike's publicist approach to governance has distinguished him from his peers, especially in the ruling party. Throughout his career as a lawyer and politician, Nyesom Wike has made significant contribution to the development of various government systems. This contribution should not be overlooked. The impact that he has had on the basic education subsector during his time as Minister of Education was significant. He was the driving force behind a nationwide overhaul of the nation's educational system. Some of the notable programs for which he advocated for are as follows: providing approximately 9 million Almajiri children in North Nigeria with access to high quality education using dedicated schools in affected states. He was able to see the program through to completion. Yes, I could remember that time. And I remember now where Goodluck Jonathan donate do Almajiri schools. Now Wike been there behind that project. I can remember myself, I've been there Zamfara that time, and they've been launched the program. Now Wike be the man behind that thing. Wow. Construction of basic education, vocational training schools for out-of-school children in southern Nigeria's most impoverished communities. 16 states across the country are constructing special girl education schools to serve underprivileged young women. This is a great achievement. As a result of his efforts, more than 60 million textbooks and library resources materials have been distributed free of charge. When I hear free of charge throughout the country since 2011. Wow. He has received 2 awards as a result of his effort for the people of Nigeria. Among them are the Nigerian National Award of the Commander of the Order of the Nigerian, that's CON. On February 23rd, 2018, the Sun newspaper honored him with the Governor of the Year's Award 2017. Wike is representing PDP, that's the People's Democratic Party. Now, this Wike they talk about, he gets scandal, abi get, mo could check, because say as we were talking about transparency, so want to check about also the transparency of this man. He get scandal, abi he get anything where they don't accuse him about. We need to check, because we on my bros, you need to check. So let's check and see he get any scandal or any corruption case. In 2018, Sahara reporters reported that Achinike Williams Uwobodo, a lawyer in Rivers State, sued Governor Nyesom Wike for allegedly forging his age certificate in documents he presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Wow. Somebody go sue him. One lawyer sue him, say his age no correct when give. William Wobodo instituted the lawsuit against Wike and INEC at the Federal High Court, pursuant to Section 182 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. In the suit, he asked the court to disqualify Wike from participating in the 2019 Rivers State governorship election. The complaint of the applicant was that in 1999 and 2000, when Wike intended to contest for the OBO Akpo Local Government Area Council chairmanship election, he was less than 35 years old, which was the minimum age qualification at the time for contesting the local government chairmanship. In order to qualify himself for that election, Wike allegedly got someone who disposed to an affidavit that he was born on March 13, 1962, which made him eligible for that election. In the said affidavit allegedly made in 1986, there was copy. Sorry, there was a conspicuous reference to Obia Akpo local government, which was not in existence as of 1986. The local government was only created in 1989. So we understand what they are trying to say is that Wike returned, he forged his age, and the age where Wike form, say they born am, abi wey e don reach. That time when e talk am, if you calculate am, Wike age and that time when that time when age be 35, that time sef the local government never dey created. Na wetin dey try talk, you understand? So let's look out very very well. Curiously, the affidavit titled Statutory Declaration of Age was also allegedly disposed to at the High Chief Magistrate Court, yet at a stamp purportedly of the probate registry. There was no identification or stamp of the person who allegedly administered the oath as Commissioner for Oath as required by the Oath Act 1963. The applicant allegedly, the governor has reasons to have known that the age declaration which he presented to INEC as his age certificate was forged, because even his date of birth earlier submitted in his documentation with INEC was December 13th, 1967. It was allegedly that in the build up to the 2015 governorship election in Rivers State, some social media platform published that the governor had unresolved complaint around his age and threatened to publish same. It was in a bid to maintain consistency in his age that Wike represented the alleged false certificate to INEC, which has now put him into a strong dilemma. The applicants gave particulars of alleged forgery, which include that the document lied against about itself, that the content was made of manifest inconsistent, inexplicable, and irreconcilable falsehood. Thirdly, that the information regarding the age of the governor is false and to the knowledge of the governor. Fourthly, the governor intended that INEC should act on the document as genuine. Fifthly, that INEC acted on the document as genuine. Sixth, under the Constitution of Nigeria talked about presentation of forged certificate, it would be immaterial that the governor claims he did not forge the document by himself. A very close source to Wike, who asked not to be named, revealed that the governor and his party, the People's Democratic Party, rather PDP, were doing everything to suppress and frustrate the case. The source claimed that Wike admitted that the case is a very bad one and that the timing has made the situation even worse. So that is that about Wike. I hope you know that Wike is also coming up for presidency. We know that he's coming up for presidency. So this is all about Wike, and we are going to move to the next gubernatorial. So, okay, guys, this is all for Governor Wike, the presidential aspirant, and we'll be talking about the next person we'll be talking about is Governor Fayose, who is also running for presidency. So, that will be all for this particular podcast. If you want to listen to Governor Fayose's details, you need to also go to the next podcast. But I want to say thank you very much for listening to this podcast. See you next time, Naruptors. Thank you.